What about the culture of the 82nd Airborne makes it so despised by some members of the U.S. Army? I spent 4 years at Fort Bragg with the 82nd. It's not the unit itself that's the problem. It's the attitude that comes with it. The 82nd calls itself America's Guard of Honor. They believe they're the elite of the elite. Walking around base, you'd think they were special forces. But here's the reality. Most 82nd soldiers have never seen combat. They just jump out of planes and think that makes them warriors. I remember my first day. Private Jake Miller, fresh from basic, strutting around in his maroon beret like he'd just conquered Normandy. Kid had never been deployed, never fired a shot in anger, but he'd completed jump school, so he thought he was Rambo. The worst part? The hazing. They call it esprit de corps, but it's just bullying disguised as tradition. New guys get blood wings. Someone punches the jump wings into their chest until they bleed. It's supposed to make you tough. Really, it just makes you angry. Then there's the drinking culture. Every Friday, the entire battalion would hit the bars in Fayetteville. Fights were expected. Getting arrested was a badge of honor. I watched Sergeant Kevin Walsh get promoted the week after spending 2 nights in county jail for bar brawling. His squad leader said it showed aggressive leadership potential. The 82nd looks down on everyone else. Regular infantry, straight legs, or dirty legs meant as insults. Mechanized units, pogs who ride instead of fight. Even other airborne units weren't elite enough. Only the 82nd mattered. I saw this attitude destroy careers. Staff Sergeant Mike Foster came from the 101st Airborne, combat veteran, 2 Bronze Stars. But because he wasn't 82nd, they treated him like garbage, made him reprove himself constantly. He requested transfer after 6 months. The truth about the 82nd? Most deployments were peacekeeping missions. We'd jump into secured airfields and wave at cameras. Real combat units, regular infantry divisions, were doing the actual fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan while we did photo ops. But try telling that to an 82nd paratrooper. They'll lecture you about airborne heritage, how they're the tip of the spear, ready to deploy anywhere in 18 hours. Except when they actually deployed, it took weeks of planning and preparation like everyone else. The physical standards were legitimate. PT every morning at 05:30. Ruck marches with full gear. Jump training that would break most people. These guys were in incredible shape. Problem was, they thought physical fitness made them better soldiers than everyone else. I remember Corporal Danny Peterson bragging about his 300 PT score, while a regular infantry sergeant, overweight but with 3 combat tours, tried to teach him urban warfare tactics. Peterson ignored him. I don't need advice from a leg. That sergeant had more combat experience than our entire company combined. The worst incident happened during a joint exercise with a National Guard unit. Our platoon leader, Lieutenant Sarah Collins, made us march in formation past the Guard soldiers while chanting, "Airborne, all the way," like we were in some kind of parade. The Guard guys just shook their heads. Later, during the actual exercise, those same Guard soldiers, mostly cops and firefighters in civilian life, outperformed us in every scenario. Real-world experience beats jump wings every time. But our command still acted like we'd won. The breaking point for me was watching Private First Class Alex Turner get chaptered out. Good soldier, solid PT scores, never caused trouble. But he questioned why we spent more time polishing boots than studying tactics. Chain of command said he lacked the airborne spirit. What they meant was, he wouldn't drink the Kool-Aid. When I left the 82nd, other soldiers would ask about my experience. I'd tell them honestly, great training, terrible attitude. The physical demands made me a better soldier. The cultural arrogance made me a worse person. The 82nd produces technically proficient paratroopers who think their method of insertion makes them superior to everyone else. They mistake esprit de corps for elitism, and that's why the rest of the army can't stand them.